Shit. I really don't like no guys that like hair. Fuck y'all.
Is that why you don't like Francis Ngannou?
That's one of the reasons, and also he makes me look fat when I stand next to him. So fuck him. Fuck Francis. He needs some Popeyes.
Is there a legitimate beef there with you and Francis? It sounds like you're not a big fan of him.
I really don't like none of the guys that I fight, none of the guys in my division. You know, just because the type of mindset I go into each and every fight. So it's like I don't want to be friends with none of them. So fuck them.
What's your take on like the Ngannou-Jones situation as far as, it seems like that's the fight that a lot of people want to see, and it isn't that they don't want to see you versus Francis again, but, Ngannou versus Jones, it's like, the heavyweight champ against the best light heavyweight of all time. I mean, do you even want to see that fight just as a fan?
I'm not a fan, but I don't even give a damn. I don't care if they fight.
My friends. We are back in your life. The goal, Steve-O. Steve-O's a real G. Oh, my goodness. This guy is making it through all the streams. Shout out to you, Steve-O. Becoming a what I call a stream staple is my man Steve-O. Shout out to the profile pic as well. We are looking to hop back online for the first time in a long time. But before we get warmed up, before we find out where we are, let's take a look at our fight history, folks. We are 9 out of our last 10. A lot of did not finishes, a lot of knockouts. Let's see where we're on the leaderboards here. We are 142nd in the world, where our record is 74-22. So we are going to get warmed up here. I don't know, but I've been told that somebody in our previous stream was looking to get it in, so to speak. I don't know if he's still available. Clip Mofia wanted to get a spar in at the beginning of this stream. So here we go. I would spar, coach. I'm on Xbox. Yeah, I know, Steve-O. Steve-O, I wish all of this was crossplay. I hate the fact that we are blocked in. It feels so old school to be blocked in or locked into one system. In fact, they should have like a theme if they're really trying to get community involvement. Like, why aren't they using, cross-play capabilities? Get Xbox versus PlayStation tournaments going on, That's where we should be at nowadays. It's 2021. Let's go. There's new ways for these guys to monetize the fact that we play these games for hours and hours on end. Just take advantage of it. Catch up. So we were looking for Clip Mofia. Shout out to the 4 people that have hopped in here right away. Lil Huddy! Welcome to the stream. Welcome to your team. My guy, Little Huddy, I appreciate you popping your head in here. Oh, there he is. That's the guy that we were looking for, is Clip Mofia. Clip Mofia, we definitely want to spar, get warmed up with a familiar face, familiar body, get warmed up. And there he goes, Clip Mofia sending the invite, like a real G would. But yeah, man, I'm listening. I'm looking at just the world of MMA. I'm getting really excited to see Nate Diaz make a comeback. You're starting to see the Nate Diaz promotional material roll out. You're starting to see all of that good stuff. And for whatever reason, Clip Mofia says, I've been playing Battlefield lately. Which Battlefield have you been playing, Lil Huddy? Clip Mofia says, I'm not here when I was... it says I'm not here when I was sending a chat. My anxiety. Oh, you're here. I can see it right now, my guy. So that anxiety can rest at ease. Our boy's going for a round 5. Battlefield 5. See, Lil Huddy, I've heard Battlefield 5 isn't as good as Battlefield 1. I don't know if there's that much truth to that, but that's what I've heard. You can let me know if that's right or wrong, but I've heard that, and that's a lot of the case. Sometimes people just get hooked on a game and they just like it. I almost bought Battlefield Hardline on stream the other night. I missed it. Wait, you actually like that game? I thought you were about to joke. 'Cause I thought everybody hated Battlefield Hardline. Shout out to you, Clip Mofia. Clip Mofia. Ooh, sorry. I meant to say respect. Everyone hated that game. I actually loved it. Wow, yeah, Marshall, I played it. I actually Huddy likes all the Battlefields. I actually downloaded the demo to Battlefield Hardline. It was so bad to me because the Battlefield, whichever Battlefield that was out at the time, was so good that in contrast, the Battlefield that I was playing, it was just terrible. It was just awful. You know, if that Battlefield Hardline would have came out as like a standalone game, it might have been better accepted. Huddy says, everybody hated Call of Duty Ghosts, but I loved it. Yeah, I've heard a lot of people hated that game. I remember that was like the Battlefield, or the Call of Duty game that launched with PS4. I think that was the PS4's first Call of Duty game. All About Your Blah Blah says Cops versus Robbers mode was lit. That's what it would attract me, as the Cops versus Robbers mode. That sounded so cool to me. The idea sounded so cool. And the promotional stuff that they were showing for Battlefield Hardline was a straight up lie. I mean, if you watch, like, I think it was like the E3 footage and things like this, it was crazy. Clip Mofia using that head movement to trick your boy into throwing and wasting some energy. Trying to play defense because Clip Mofia is tricky. The promotion was a lie, that's for sure. I think they ruined it by pumping up people's expectations. Yes, they absolutely did. I mean, it was Hardline. Yeah, there was a couple of issues with Hardline. Battlefield Hardline is what we're talking about right now. It was just like, couldn't stay away from this messed up game, huh, Coach? No, JMMA, I'm not giving up UFC 4. When the patch came out that ruined the game, I even said on Twitter, I was like, you know what? Let me think about it. But I really, I'm going to keep up my, my standing and try to maintain top 100 status. But I understand you gave it up, and I respect you for it, my man. That video you had a lot of good, true points pointing out what was wrong with UFC 4. But Hardline, like I said, a couple of issues with it was that the main Battlefield that was out at the time was just phenomenal. It was a masterpiece, in my opinion. I always like Battlefield more than Call of Duty, and it was not. Hardline had amazing story mode, JMMA says. Yeah, I mean, maybe it did. I played through most of it, or a lot of it. I don't know, man. It was just weird. And the other part of the expectations blowing up, was showing me a game that's not what it was. That was absolutely misleading. I actually think the gaming industry's learned its lesson a little bit. Anthem, which is a game that EA produced, which really wilded out people's expectations and shattered them. I think Anthem changed big time the game. Funny that they're both EA titles that, were involved here. at least on the console side, Anthem seemed to have changed marketing for these game developing companies, where you don't see it as egregiously. When I say it, like setting these crazy expectations. Clipmofia. And your boy Coach Heavy Hands going at it. Trying to get warmed up before we get back into rank. First time in a long time. Been a lot of MK Mortal Kombat 11 going on here, which I'm almost... I'm going to be playing that. I want to play that some more. I love Mortal Kombat 11. Need to get more used to Tekken 7. So going up against Clipmofia here. Warming up with him. Top 100 grind. That's right, Steve-O. It's that top 100 grind. You got to keep up. You got to keep at it. And nothing is guaranteed. Hey, Brian Redband. Welcome back to the stream. Welcome back to your team. How is work going as a lawyer? Explaining the law. And, you know, listening to people and getting that money, hopefully. Hopefully all of that is going well for you, sir. Welcome back to the stream. We played Tekken a little bit earlier. We are trying out some new or old games that are fighting themed, you know. Might throw in a shooter here and there, because I had a lot of fun with Warzone. Warzone is a beautiful game. Here we go. Getting up, Clipmofia going for that takedown. Clipmofia, you have good. This guy has really good footwork. I like how Clipmofia moves around with Cody. Not a lot of wasted movement. There's a lot of movement. Not a lot of it's wasted. Like me. Oh! That was a very good round. All respect to Clipmofia. Brian Redman says, Cody Garbrandt or Rob Font, coach. Lawyer wife today was filing a document to the court and long phone calls with clients. Clipmofia says, my knees are gone, though. Your knees are gone. What do you mean your knees are gone? Ready to see you go to work, bro. Thank you. Welcome to the stream, Il Divina Vega. I appreciate it. Thanks for popping back in. And here we are doing work. We're getting warmed up before we hit some ranked with Clipmofia, who's become a stream regular as well. Garbrandt or Font? I gotta say, I gotta go with Font. I feel like Rob Font is... You know, I know Cody's, you know, back in the good graces of the public, and, you know, he's steamrolling promotional material. You can see they're starting to put some dollars behind Cody again. But I think fundamentally there are some issues that Cody Garbrandt has and they're mental. I mean, he seems to be gifted physically, but, you know, Rob Font has he's you know, he can stay in this fight. He can take it to a point. Oh no. Clipmofia got the rear naked. Took advantage of me with a rear naked. We got this rear naked. Got that rear naked. Oh, that's hard to get out of, folks. That's a Garbrandt's fight to lose, Marshall says. It's Garbrandt's fight to lose, in my opinion. He's young. If he still fights at his peak ability, he's got this. I don't know. Brian Redman says, I'm picking Font too, by the way. Why are you picking Font? Why do you feel like Font is gonna win? Because I feel like it's less Rob Font and more Cody Garbrandt. That's where I'm weird with this. It's like I feel like Cody Garbrandt will get in his own way, or maybe that's just too cliche. Maybe that's too easy a criticism of him. But I mean, it just never fails. And like Asunciao is tough competition for most men on earth. But in the UFC, Asunciao's probably on his way out. He's a 40-year-old man at a very lightweight, at 135 pounds, and he's a thick guy. He's got, cutting weight like that at his age is not easy to do. It takes its toll, and the fight game is a young man's sport. So I don't think that's any sort of measurement that you can get much comfort from. So I definitely think so. Susan says, fight. Yes, sir. Garbrandt says, Garbrandt has issues exploiting his chin, and I wonder how depleted his chin is at this point. Font looked... Oh, no. I was reading that. Oh, okay, good. Goodness. I swear you guys always picking the less popular opinion. No, I don't think Font is a formidable challenge. I don't feel like I'm picking the less popular opinion. I don't feel like it. I don't know why, man. I feel like Rob Font is just... He's on his way up, you know?
Ladies and gentlemen,
respect the Clip Mofia. Got a nice little warm-up in there with him. Font and Garbrandt are dead even on betting line last time I checked. That's appropriate, by the way. I would not bet on that fight. That's not a fight I would put money on. I'm just saying, gun to the head, I had to put money down on somebody. That's what I'm doing. So here we go. We're about to go into rank. Thank you for the warm-up, Clip Mofia. You are a great warm-up sparring partner. Always there, willing to do it. Put in that dirty work. I appreciate it, my guy. And here we go. So we have 7 minutes left in the light heavyweight division. 3-fight title defense. 2,218 points. 142nd in the world. Huddy says Font hasn't even beaten anyone to be ranked this high. The rankings are just so subjective, though. It's not some object. There are no measurements. There's no rules that we can all point to and say, if a guy wins, he gets X. There's no structure. It's it's a group of people's opinions. I think there are certain reporters that are picked that decide what rank anybody is. So it's kind of a weird argument. You can't argue against this group of people's opinions. Clip Mofia says, I won because of 3 leg events. That's it. That was the difference maker. Suisin says, let's fight. Suisin, we will get it in we will wrap up the stream with a spar with Suisin, who also brings the heat. Doesn't hold back. Is always a tough fight. Always a tough fight. We're going to do a DC versus DC match. We're getting the white and red out, in case anybody had any questions. It's going to be tough. I can already feel it. Clip Mofia says, what's funny is you're not the first one to win from legs against me. Well, I don't remember, but is that because, Clip Mofia, do you throw a lot of leg kicks? We need to fight, Coach Lil Huddy. I'm definitely down. Mr. Spyro, what is up? Welcome to the stream. Welcome to your team. Garbrandt is above Munoz because Cody they want Cody Garbrandt. Oh no, I didn't mean to do that. I've been playing too much Mortal Kombat. They want Cody Garbrandt to have a belt. I'm telling you. They want Cody Garbrandt to have a belt around his waist. And, I think reality is. We'll see. We'll see if I'm wrong. But he's had some difficulties. And I think there's a reason why. Hungry guy, Rob Font's going to come in there. And this is going to be interesting. I think this fight is super interesting. And of course, I think we have UFC 263 coming up on June 12th, so still a few weeks away before we get to our Nate Diaz fight I'm looking forward to most in the next month. Nate Diaz versus Leon Edwards. Trying to go up against Trapaholic. He lost to TJ on steroids and got caught once. Don't write Cody. I'm not going to write him off. Cody Garbrandt number 4, but Munoz number 8. Yeah, I'm not writing off Cody Garbrandt and saying he's trash or he doesn't belong in the UFC or anything. I'm definitely not writing him off. I've cooled my expectations. That's for sure. Like, I want to see it. I believe he has the skills. Like I said, physically, that guy is gifted. It's just, he just too many times in the heat of the moment when he gets pressured. Not like Assunção did not bring that out of him. When he gets that, when he has to fight, he changes. He has a fighter's spirit, but it's just all systems go, you know. El Divino, thank you. Yes, this is episode 100. I didn't even make a big stink about it. Thank you, El Divino. This is episode 100 of The Road to the UFC. Shout out to El Divino for paying attention to things that I should be. I should have opened up with that. But there are many more to come. I'm very excited to have everybody here right now. It's not the most exciting fight. I'm writing Cody off against Font, but styles make fights. Absolutely. We might see a fight where Cody Garbrandt comes out and looks like the old school guy. He might do that. He might have found what he was missing. Because isn't Cody Garbrandt training somewhere else? Isn't Cody Garbrandt training over... He's not at Alpha Male right now, right? Or he's splitting his time or something like this. He's doing exactly what he was going at TJ Dillashaw for calling him a snake, saying he left the team and left the family and all that stuff. And it seems like Cody Garbrandt has even begun to realize, hey, I have to go outside of Team Alpha Male to get what I need to develop as a fighter. I have to leave my home, partially. Lil Huddy says, I will come back again and say I told you. Lil Huddy, one thing you have to admit, if you're right, I will absolutely admit it. I don't doubt that you could be right, especially after you got the KO. I mean, you predicted the Oliveira KO, which was impressive. Oh, man. Garbrandt trains at Frankie Edgar's gym in New Jersey, splitting time with Team Alpha Male. Team Alpha. Oh, no longer male. Okay. They changed the name. Okay. Cody will KO him in the second round. Mark my words. Wow. So now we even have a round prediction from Huddy. We're going to hold on to that and remember, if you're going to go that deep, so am I. I'm going to say that Rob Font takes it. Rob Font by decision. Rob Font by decision. And I know that's weird. Cody Chin versus Rob's boxing. I don't know, Lil Huddy. Yeah, I'm gonna go Rob Font by decision. And Rob's boxing is, you know, it's just such a rough matchup for Cody, and I think Cody might have improved. That's why I'm giving him the chance to maybe not get finished, but it's going to be Rob Font by decision. We are rolling around with Trapaholic. Almost have to pre-deny at this point. Jeez. My good. Coach, do you find it odd that mirror matches for legend fighters like Chuck Liddell don't have different shorts? I find it insane. I do. Not only, I mean, they should have, maybe I'm just being a little bit whiny and whatever, but by now, 4 iterations into the game, I mean, there's a lot we can do for mirror matches. You could have these guys with different haircuts at different phases in their life. You can have them with different, if you just make them blank colored but different colored shorts, do something to differentiate. I mean, there needs to be more individualization built into each character, period. And maybe that's something that we'll have to wait to see until the current gen games come out. So once we get, UFC 5, maybe we'll finally get that. And so you might say, well, what do I mean by individualization? Like, somebody else pointed out to me, all the hooks are the same, all the, kicks are essentially the same. But what I think of more often, it's just like kind of mannerisms and, strikes coming out in differently based on the context and have more, contextual situations be available. I want less of an on-the-rails experience, for the next-gen systems. Or next-gen games. Oh. Landing some body shots on Trampaholic, trying to slow him down. Whoa, he almost crushed me with that one. Okay, here we go. My goodness. This guy is really good at getting the fight. I need to take lessons from him on how to get fights to the ground more effectively or efficiently. Oh, damn! He got out that back really fast. Oh, this game needs to stop rewarding people for spamming your block. Yeah, I mean, Huddy, think about this. Huddy says this game needs to stop rewarding you for trying to just nail your block. I'll be right there, Brian. I saw what you're saying. So they need to stop. Yeah, Huddy, they need to stop allowing you, like, hey, if I use a defensive tactic to, because there really isn't a block in real life. I would like to see like a solution to that. Is there a way we can navigate not just having your hands block up and like you have a shield in front of you? I mean, maybe I'm asking for a lot. And Brian Redband, I want to give your comment the space it needs to breathe. So I will get to it in 30 seconds. I kind of saw a couple of words. I have an idea. Oh, I have an idea of what you've said. But I want to make sure I read it all the way through before I give a response. Here we go. They're not even fighting in a real fight, just spamming 1-2 combos. Oh, no. Oh. Oh my goodness. Oh no, I didn't mean to do that. Oh! Come on! Oh! I thought I was going to get that knockout, guys. I thought we were going to get that knockout. They're not even fighting a real fight. Brian Rabbit says the game designer should have to fly every UFC fighter to move just like the fighter does. Do you think they don't say they don't want to save money? I think is what you're saying. So yes, Brian, I understand. Yeah. So that's if we insist on staying with this like kind of photorealistic look. What I am saying is ditch the photorealism? Is there a way for us to move away from the scanned, because that's a limitation. The motion capturing and scanning people's bodies in and updating it's a limitation. Is there a different artistic direction that we can take with these MMA games that allow for the flexibility? I mean, it might look more cartoony or more whatever, but if you can get the depth of the game, I think that's what people will appreciate. And then try to do the best when it comes to fighter likeness and atmosphere. That's what I would advocate for. Like, I feel like that those two things are where we get hung up when it comes to responsiveness and controls and all this other stuff, is maintaining this photorealistic look and keeping these animations true. I mean, if we were able to, I don't know, go all the way. I wish I could articulate what type of art style would allow, we could do in a game. Because obviously I don't make video games. I'm not an artist, but, we don't have to have the scanned in situation. Once again, just try to get it to be photorealistic looking. But that's what EA's going for. Let's keep it going after I just blabbed your ear off and said, I think everyone would enjoy new movement strikes and not a trash ground system. Let's see where we're at. 137th in the universe and in North America, fellas. We are, and ladies, if you're there, we are 63rd in North America. Let's get the party, keep the party rolling. Keep the party rolling. Well, Huddy says, they're more focused on it looking pretty than being an enjoyable game. Ashton Martin plays PS4. Welcome back to the stream. Welcome back to your team. My guy, I appreciate you jumping in here. We are trying to survive online, my man. It is rough out here in these streets. Shout out to Michael Chandler. I've seen him do interviews recently. I watched one. I forget who was actually doing the interview. It kind of doesn't matter, but I really like Michael Chandler's attitude. The way he's taken this loss. I just saw that ping spike up. The way Michael Chandler's taken this loss, it's something to be admired. I mean, the guy is truly, he admits that when he lost in Bellator, I think he was referencing Brett Primus and a couple other times where he's lost in his career, where he just got into a funk and got depressed and let it get to him, and now he's facing it first and handling it differently. And man, I'm almost ready for the rematch. I want to see a Justin Gaethje, like we said. I'm convinced Justin Gaethje versus Michael Chandler is the next fight. 100% the next fight. And then the rematch between Oliveira and somebody else. Michael Chandler can't be more than one fight away from the belt after that type of performance. So let's see. You can see the ping is all over the place with this guy. So I'm just trying to see if it spikes out, we'll back out. His ping was just going wild. So that I want to avoid a choppy game, a laggy game, more unresponsive than normal game. We are grinding to the road to the top 100. Looking for a good fight. Ashton Martin, how are you doing, by the way? How is life treating you tonight? Lego! Steve-O back in the building. Guess who's back? Back again. Steve-O's back. Tell a friend. And once again, stuck with Brian Redman said, I would like to see RDA versus Chandler. RDA states he needs to heal up, and Chandler shouldn't rush after getting KO'd. That's very true. That second part of what you said there second part of your statement is very true and needs to have more weight behind it. So I'm all like, let's get him back and get him. Yeah. So first and foremost, he did get KO'd. And so, I wouldn't want to see Michael Chandler back before, the I would say fall. Beginning of fall would be great if he's able to take that time he needs. Fall, maybe, who knows? Fall, before the end of the year. One more time before the end of the year would make sense. Towards the end of the year. Probably late third, fourth quarter. That type of thing. Early fourth quarter. So here we are. We are fighting another one. UFC 4 up against Big Deuce. I've never beaten Big Deuce. 3-4-3. He's beaten us 3 times in a row. I don't remember the last time we fought. But I did know his ping was all over the place. Let's see if we can make some magic happen. Coach, do you like the sound of Gaethje versus Islam Makhachev? Yes, I do. I like it. There's an issue when you have a guy as highly ranked fight as Justin Gaethje fighting the 10th ranked opponent in the league, but there are so many other outright, just total disregard, matches made without regard for the rankings that, hey, why not another? But that would be my only qualm with it, is the rankings. But I think that'd be a great fight. I think that'd be a brilliant fight, an entertaining fight. Justin Gaethje might not want that. Justin Gaethje might expect to be on pay-per-view. Remember, he got a taste of that pay-per-view money. He got a taste of that pay-per-view money, and he says he needs weeks. He needs months. He won't fight at the drop of a dime. Justin Gaethje has a methodical approach to getting ready for his fights. He tells the UFC he's not going to just jump in there and fight somebody because you need a fighter. He's going to take his time, and and I'm assuming if he's going to take his time to get prepared for a fight, now that he's fought for a title, he's going to want to be main eventing. Do you main event Makhachev? I don't know. I don't know if the UFC thinks that's something they're ready to do. It's a pretty safe bet. Islam seems to be the next thing. Islam does seem to be the next thing. And, we've all seen Justin Gaethje lose before, so I don't think you're dealing with a prized... And I don't even think a UFC match makes with that in mind. Like, I don't want to ruin this guy. He's looking pristine. He's a hot commodity right now. But Conor McGregor certainly did get some favors in that respect. I don't think Justin Gaethje's in that position. Big Deuce, 3-4-3. Very difficult opponent, obviously. Never been defeated by me. We are trying to make something happen here. Oh, I barely got that. It's a slick transition. Trying to make something happen here. Okay. I don't know who won that round. Maybe he did. I don't know. That's a close round. A very close round. Big Deuce does not want to touch gloves this time. I'm hyped for Costa versus Cannonier on August 12th. Yeah, dude, Steve-O. Am I the only one? I mean, I feel like Cannonier lost a lot of steam losing the way he did to Robert Whittaker. But we see Robert Whittaker special. He's not a normal middleweight. He's not just the guy that's, an aspiring for the title middleweight. That's a guy who deserves a shot at UFC gold. I still think Cannonier has the ability to grow, and yeah, he has the ability to grow though. Oh, I got head kicked right there. And I'm very interested. He likes to move forward. Paulo Costa likes to move forward. In that fight, I'm going to go with Paulo Costa. I'm sorry. I know Izzy made Paulo look different than we're used to seeing, but Izzy has a really unique skill set. And he's fought a lot of kickboxers in his life. Anybody watch UFC pre-fight press? Did Shabazian or Herman have COVID? I don't know. I have no idea. I did not see that. I did not see that. I didn't hear anything about that. Brian Redband asking if Ronda Rousey's former head coach, Edmund Shabazian, had COVID. Hope not. Okay, here we go. In a slow-moving match here with Big Deuce. Their fight got pushed forward from an earlier date. Okay. Big Deuce wanting to stand it up. That's a warning, by the way, for anybody that wants to stand up the fight. That's a heads up. He doesn't want to be on the ground. And that's to me, that's a big red flag. I mean, even the way he's guarding. Oh, I almost went low. I really did. It was a last minute, almost instinct to go back up and block the head there. That could have been a knockdown. KO, who knows? Woo! This is a tough fight. He won that round probably. Felt like I came back on the latter half of that round. Big Deuce got back up from the toss attempt. That was pretty darn good. Who you got? Brent Ribbon says, who do I got for that one? Shabazian or Hermansen, Jack Hermansen? That's a tough fight. That's a tough fight to call. Once again, I'm going to go with Jack Hermansen. Honestly, I feel like Jack Hermansen is, once again, that's a guy we saw lose. His value might have dropped a little bit in the public's eyes, but that's the same guy that has he has a killer mindset, excellent skill set, and all of these guys have bumps in the road. Oh, Steve says for Costa versus Jared, I'm going with Paulo Costa. I would prefer for Jared Cannonier to win. I like Jared Cannonier's personality. I think he's an interesting guy. I like Jared Cannonier. If you haven't seen a Jared Cannonier interview, do yourself a favor. But if I had to bet money on that fight, I'm going to pick Jared. I picked Jack because of the grappling. Not that Shabazian can't grapple, but Jack can follow Brunson's blueprint. Absolutely. There's no way Shabazian could have made the progress that he needed to make. Maybe he could. Maybe he could have just really been working at keeping the fight off the ground and working on that takedown defense. Same, my guy juiced to the gills, for real, yeah. But Jared got explosive power. Jared does have a Coach picks are awful. Costa's going to destroy him. I said Costa, though. That's who I picked, though. I said if I had to bet money on it, I'm going to bet on Costa. But I like Jared. I do like Jared's personality and, like, you know. But I would bet on Costa to win that fight. Oh, my God. Big Deuce doing what he does best here, boy. My goodness. All right, I think I won one round. So if I can win the next two, rounds here, I can pull this off. It's not over yet. We got knocked down, but we're not completely out of it. You can make an argument for one of these rounds. This one is the only one I'm thinking because of the control time, the takedowns. We live in a cruel sport, man. The good personalities get battered in a steel cage. Yeah, they do. They definitely do. It's a rough sport, but it's also it truly is. It is the best sport. MMA is the best sport ever. If you get into it, you can't deny how awesome this thing is. What we're lucky enough to have. So I gotta get. Oh my goodness. I gotta try to get these rounds. Oh. Oh no. Well, Eddie agrees, says no other sport has had my adrenaline more pumped, I'm guessing. Yeah, there's no other sport like that. Nothing else gets me that engaged. And I watch sports, you know, all my life. Basketball, you know, a little bit of baseball, a little bit of everything. With the exception of football or soccer. Man, I'm just getting rocked on everything. Coach, did I like Tekken? I did like Tekken. Tekken's a good game. I'll continue to play it. My man. It was fun. Right now, if I had to pick between Mortal Kombat and Tekken, I like Mortal Kombat a little bit more, and I just find it a little bit more entertaining. But I'm not going to give up on Tekken. I liked it. It was a good experience. It was fun. Oh, no. Good fight cards get me so excited. All I think about it is until it happens. Yeah, man. There's nothing like anticipating a huge fight card like the you know, Khabib versus MK got better fatalities. That's why, yeah. Dennis Poor says pay MK11 now. I wish I could. Cody says he will get title shots at 125 and 35 after this weekend. He's wild, and I saw that. I thought, you know, he's clearly, you know, one thing I do think, Brian, and I want to hear your thoughts on it too, is he's clearly hearing things, you know, from the boys in back that are telling him, hey, Cody, if you win, we're ready to put this money on you. There's some reason he feels so confident in what happens to him after winning this fight. And I think he knows. He, you know, Lorenza, who's still there, Dana. Oh, wow. So it's got to be a finish in this round. It's got to be a finish. I've never beaten this guy. Let's see if I can pull off the impossible. Make something happen here. Dennis Poor says he gets a COVID shot Thursday. Shout out to Dennis Poor getting that COVID shot. Are you excited? Nervous? Here we go. Let's not forget Cody saying how much COVID affected him. Might affect the fight. Yes, absolutely. That's absolutely the truth, man. It might affect the gas tank. COVID is no joke. I feel like he wants to do some spinning stuff. I feel like he wants to throw a kick. Last shot. Very nice, man. Congratulations on getting your second and last shot. Get fully vaccinated for Dennis Poor. Oh, we're rocking each other. We're both rocking each other here. Oh. He took a shower. Dennis Poor. Taking shower, eating food. Giving advice on how to play Tekken 7. Here we go. We are getting it in here, trying to... Oh! Oh! My goodness. No! Oh my God, that is awful. I lost that fight again. Oh, that was tough. That was tough going. I really tried my best to bring the heat. Oh, and it was a split decision. If he wouldn't have dropped me, it would have been a victory. Coach, do you watch any bare knuckle boxing? If it's a big deal, Brian Redband, I will watch it. So if Chris Lieben's last fight, I watch. Paige Van Zant, yes, I watch. I don't typically, I'm not like looking out for bare knuckle FC though. That's what's weird. So I'm not typically looking out for it, but I do like it. I do find it entertaining. I've seen some great fights, and they seem to be putting on... Bare Knuckle FC seems to be drawing more eyes to the organization. Did I watch Artem Lobov? Yes, I watched Artem Lobov fight Paulie Malignaggi. I can never say his name right, but I did watch that. I was familiar with Paulie... his fights as a boxer. And so I was almost too confident that Paulie, once again, I was wrong about this fight. I thought Paulie was going to destroy Artem Lobov. I thought there was just no way that Paulie was going to lose to an MMA fighter. And you have to give a shout out to Artem Lobov for what he accomplished. Like, people kind of brush over that. Dennis Poor wants me to talk like Stone Cold Steve Austin. It's got to be at the right moment, Dennis Poor. You got to inspire. It's got to be part of a conversation. We got to inspire Stone Cold to come out. But it's definitely Ed 20 says, Coach Wayne, I lost one. I lost my first fight in quite some time, Ed. Big Deuce 343 did some damage to me, so we lost to a decision to him. But we are coming back doing another fight. Do your South accent, more tea, sweet tea. I'll give you that one. You want some sweet tea, honey? You want some sweet tea? You want some sweet tea? Yes, Dennis Poor getting the unsweet tea or sweet tea accent out of me. I am your puppet. So, trying to find a good fight. Dennis Poor likes it. Yay, 3 of the last 4 W's are decisions. Dennis Poor, let's actually see if that's the case. Look at this. Oops. Let's see if that's actually true. Look at this. Fight history is where I was trying to go. So we got a decision. This is a finish. This is a finish here. I mean, yeah, you got some decisions, but these are rough fights. These are tough, hard fighters we're going up against, guys. This is Division 20 grind that Ed 20 is trying to point and laugh at. Division 20 UFC 4 grind. It's very hard to do that. It's very difficult to do that. So, Coach, you buying any new UFC Venom shirts? Brian Redband, I didn't buy any UFC kits or any Reebok gear, and no, I won't be walking around in any UFC Venom gear, especially not the tight stuff. But I like it better, Brian. I personally prefer that Venom gear that we're seeing now. I prefer that than what we were seeing previously. I do. I think that it's just like the championship colors just look a lot nicer to me. Dennis Poor wants to know if I was born in Arizona. Yes or no? Dennis Poor, I was absolutely born somewhere in the U.S. Get training. Coach Dana calling. Get trainer, Coach Dana calling. What do you mean by that, Steve-O? Help me out. What do you mean by that? I think I saw you write that the other day. Get training, Coach Dana calling. Oh, I get for me to get to training. That's right. Yeah. Not enough training in the world, my man. Not enough training in the world. It actually, you know what? If the money was right, boy, I would run some laps and just try to survive. Maybe twist my ankle before we actually met in the middle of the ring or the octagon. Let's see. Randy Couture started at 36. Brian Redband, Randy Couture started at 36. But he also, and this will be the last fight of the stream, guys. Last fight of the stream here. Randy Couture started at 36. But he was also involved in the sport at a time when guys were using steroids and all sorts of drugs, PEDs that would allow them to become superhuman almost. There's no way that guy was 48 and clean and fighting these young bucks and doing what he did. I'm not discrediting Randy Couture, but, a 36-year-old man doesn't start fighting without assistance. Even though it was a fighter before that, he was known for being a rough guy before that. The Randy Couture story is amazing, but it's also like, when we look at John Jones and they say, well, look at the picograms. How come we don't say that we're looking at those legends, guys like Randy Couture, guys like Brock Lesnar. Brock Lesnar, is taking steroids. It's clear as day. Okay, here we go. I never pick Conor McGregor, but I want the reach. I want access to the reach, be able to touch the body a little bit better than Volk can. Matt Hughes also up there. Yeah, definitely. Matt Hughes is also up in that category. Absolutely, Matt Hughes in that category. And no, Francis isn't too big. I saw Ed say, is Francis too big? No way. Francis just has work to do, Ed. And that's, but Francis will be back. Francis is right here, my guy. Trust me. I get my money. Oh, just trying to dig at that body. Okay. Manage my stamina. El Huddy says Ed cooled down. I see. Yeah, Ed recovered from his we won't even bring it up. Little situation we had in a different game we played. In a different reality. Glad to have Ed back. Here we go. Blocking shots. Trying to stay cool, calm, and collected here. Maybe put a little bit more pressure on him. He's definitely digging these leg shots. My God. Really, the only thing I can do is just get better at my defense here against the leg. Oh. This is the first time I've seen you use Conor. Yeah, I never use Conor McGregor. I really never use him. I don't know why. I'm just not comfortable using Conor. I didn't like him in UFC 3. I felt he was overpowered. Dennis Poor wants to know if I'm a native American. That's very interesting. You're the only person I've ever seen ask me that question, Dennis. But I'll let you work hard to find that out. At 20, shout out at 20, finish his article. Emailed it to Reared Neck Hit. For posting on Rear Naked's new UFC, new website, the Rear Naked MMA. Check them out on Twitter, Rear Naked MMA. The Rear Naked MMA on Twitter. Shout out to our guy. Always breaking news. Or showing me news that I hadn't seen at other places, at the very least. Oh. We're only in the second round. Feels like this round is... Oh my goodness. Dr. Music Tree is just waiting for me to come inside so he can throw that crazy, crazy combo with lightning speed. Have I ever done steroids? Absolutely not. I've never done steroids ever in my life. Susan, what time are you ending the stream? This is the last fight, Susan. You're back. We can get a spar in. Although before we end the stream, we'll end the stream with a spar with Susan. So here we go. Oh. Okay, here we go. Coach, would you take creatine powder or protein powder? I have taken both, and I would just stick with. I mean, honestly, if you just eat properly, you don't need to take protein powders and all this other stuff. But if I were to take one, I would stick with protein powder. I would not. Some people like creatine. If you're going for just to have bigger arms and things like that. yeah, do if you want that. And it also helps with recovery. Creatine does help with recovery, but a lot of times people are taking it to get that quick pump. But really, you're just putting a lot of water in your muscles, and it's not going to last. I mean, heading out. Thanks for the stream. No problem, Steve-O. Thank you for joining us. Once again, you've been here for a long time, my guy. I appreciate it. Stay safe and have a good night. And may all your loved ones be blessed. I've taken both, and creatine is only good every now and again, then, in my opinion. I'm not a doctor. Yeah, no, I've heard the same thing. I think you're not supposed to, like, constantly take creatine. I think they almost refer to it as cycling. Yeah, you still cycle, I think, with creatine, if I'm not mistaken. It's not something you're supposed to take, like, protein shakes or something like that. So here we go. We are in a tough fight here. Our boys just put a beat down on me. 2 rounds in a row. Ed 20 says, Coach Big Show. That's right. Having a rough night at it. What protein do you like? I drink Muscle Milk or the Muscle Milk brand. I think it's actually literally called Whey. But I have to look at my bag. It's like a purple and gold. Man, stay home. Clipmofia, welcome to the stream. This person says, I like Tekken and Mortal Kombat. Ed says, I heard creatine makes your hairline recede. I've never heard of that, Ed. That's funny, though. Man, this guy is tough. Man. Oh. Should not have picked Conor McGregor. Not used to him. Oh. Coach, it might be on gold. Yeah, that's it. O-N, on, yeah. Gold standard. Yes. That's on. That's what I think it is. There's like a myth that it causes balding. Yeah, I've never heard of that before. Okay, here we go. But I don't really like, I used to love taking a protein shake, and now I don't like it. It tastes very, very chemically, it's got like, it's not the best experience. I'd rather just eat, if I were eating meat, that would be the best. I would switch to just ensuring that I ate like a meal afterwards. The problem is I'm not hungry. Too, after I work out, I'm not hungry. I'm not hungry in the morning, and that's when I work out. My God. Too much Mortal Kombat for me. Woo! Oh, it was a rough night. 2 wins and 2 losses. My goodness. Ed 20 says, I find it a chore, to be honest. I need to drink them, but when I come back from the gym, I just... CBA, water loading at the moment. What is CBA? What does CBA mean? Oh my God, we lost a lot of points there. Those 2 losses. That was rough. I've had these days before, though. I'm not that upset about it. We will come back better than ever tomorrow, my friends. We're going to end the stream with a fight with a new to the stream, Suisin. Shout out to Suisin. who we have fought before one time. I don't know which weight class our boy Suisin wants to go to. But just let me know, Suisin. Can't be ours. Wait, Coach, it might be on gold if it's purple with gold. Cost-benefit analysis. What do you mean by cost-benefit analysis? Susan, pick whichever weight you like. Whichever weight you want. Do whichever weight you like. It's fine with me. Can't be arsed as in can't be bothered. What do you mean by that? What are you talking about? I find it a chore. You can't be bothered. Okay, got you. It is a lot, man. Good night. Bye, Dennis Poor. Thank you for being here, my guy. We will play Mortal Kombat tomorrow night. Mortal Kombat will be on tomorrow night once again, my friends. I love Mortal Kombat, and I don't think I want to go a night without it moving forward. I love Mortal Kombat. So much fun. So here we go. Oops, sorry, Suisin. So here we go. Suisin and myself. Brian Redband, that's it for me too. Bye, Coach. Bye, Brian Redband. I'll catch you later. Thank you for hanging out for such a long time. Dennis Poor, you make the chat a special place. Same with Brian. You guys, I will hopefully see you tomorrow afternoon. After last fight. We'll see you tomorrow afternoon. We're going to be bringing back some Mortal Kombat and UFC 4 in our live. So join us tomorrow for that. We're going to end the night with our boy Suisin. Here we go. Suisin coming out the gates. No love. No love, no respect. Just pure disdain. He's coming out hot. Susan is coming out on fire. Coach, try not to get Vicked again. I'm trying my best. This guy is on his way to Vicking me. We're trying to survive. Susan is very good. Keeping his feet on the ground. And Twain says, come on, Jebediah. We're working it in. We've got Suisin in the building. Last fight of the stream. Jebediah Jim Bob Jamerson Jablome III. Of course, just a long name letting you know the legacy of which I come. Shout out to Suisin. Good fight to you, my man. We put it in. We went at it. I just had a rough stream with that other guy. It just wasn't focused, I think. But Michael Chandler is a tough fight for everybody, whether I'm using him or not. Good fight to you, Suisin. You are the man. You guys, Suisin, tomorrow I will be here. If you want to fight again, get a rematch at the beginning of the next stream. Tomorrow will be your time. We're going to bring Mortal Kombat and UFC into your life. You know what's coming up next because I know what's coming up next. Do you know what's coming up next? Coach really rushed that. He's got places to be. And that's not true. That is absolutely not true. We've just had a big fight before. I know how deadly he is. I know next time it could be very different. But until next time, Ed and everybody else in here, I will catch you on the flip side. Peace. I'm out.